a couple of instances where Penn State found themselves in fourth down situations. Early on, they were at midfield, around midfield. And I think they're up 7-3. And it's like a fourth and 3, 4th and 5, we'll say. Fourth and manageable. They decide instead of, at that point, they had been punting. Both sides have been playing the field position battle, but Franklin decided to get aggressive. Maybe Franklin and Urish both decided, let's get aggressive here and go for it. It didn't work out. Now, Ohio State didn't score on the ensuing possession, but ultimately the field position, they did win that field position battle. Ohio State did. And, ultimately at one point, I think a couple of sessions later, they ended up throwing a touchdown strike to Chris Olave. And then later on, especially it was 6 minutes to go in the game, you're down, you're down 6, you're down 30-24. And they had a fourth and 5, another fourth manageable. And it was around, I would want to say around between the 35 and 40-yard line. And you could say I could see an argument either way. I do think punting it was the correct decision, in my opinion. I would have done that. The way the defense have been playing that night, as far as not allowing too many explosive plays, mostly keeping the Buckeyes in check, keeping everything in front of them. I think it was. I think they did pin Ohio State back at their own 22, so they made Ohio State have to earn it in order to be able to kick the field goal that put them up 2 possessions. What do you think? Do you agree or you disagree with those 2 fourth down calls that I mentioned?
Yeah, the first call when they went for it in the second quarter there, I would have punted. Like we said, it didn't come back to bite them because Ohio State wanted punting anyway. It did flip field position though, which hey, who knows? If you pin the Buckeyes back there and your defense comes out and gets stopped, maybe you get a field goal out of that down the road. But the possession in the fourth quarter there, what was it, about 6 minutes to go? Punting was absolutely the right call. Yes, it was 4th and short. I guess 4th and 5. So maybe not 4th and short, but 4th and manageable. But if you don't get it, you give Ohio State the ball in your own territory, and the Buckeyes are maybe already in field goal range at worst, a first down away from it. Now, yes, Ohio State did wind up going down and getting a field goal there, the field goal that really put the game on ice. But you gave your defense, who played an outstanding game, the opportunity to get a stop. So I had no problem with that. I had, as people get into, a bigger problem with the officials throwing a flag on John Lovett on that third down. But I had no problem whatsoever with James Franklin deciding to punt the ball there. And yes, American Savage, I do agree. John Lovett did not. That I understand it was a very much a coin flip call, but if you go back and watch that replay, Cody Simon's arms are fully extended, making contact with John Lovett on the sidelines. I would not have flagged that. In my opinion, that should have been a clean call. And you know what? If they don't flag that and Lovett catches that wheel route there from Clifford and scores and gives the Nittany Lions the lead with 6 minutes to go, who knows what happens in this game?
Well, it certainly would have been probably been a more interesting finish, at least. I don't want to say Penn State would have won the game necessarily because there was plenty of time for OSU to score again. But, yeah, I have to watch that replay again because I guess, initially I remember when I saw it live and I saw Lovett, he was stepping out of bounds and coming back in to make the catch, and I thinking, oh, that's just getting flagged for sure, and then did. And look at the replay they were showing, at least. The angle I saw, it seemed like he already had a foot out when he was touched, but I'd have to look at it again. Maybe I'll change my mind on it when I see it. But, again, it's one of those things, though. If it is a 50-50 call, like you say, then, yeah, who knows what happens if they don't flag that and, Lovett was going to go untouched to the end zone the way that play was going. So who knows? Again, I'm not saying Penn State would have won because assuming they score a touchdown, kick the extra point, it's only a 1-point game. So Ohio State just needs a field goal to retake the lead. So who knows? But yeah, I guess overall, you know, your expectations coming into this game were, you know, definitely on the more pessimistic side.